what is sound? Can you describe sound? Maybe the mind can do a description of sound, but maybe sound touches feeling or touches sensation. So that's really extraordinary, that sound, an energetic, invisible energy, touches your heart or your body. That's so big that the mind cannot talk about it. You know, the mind just feels very little. Well, it was fantastic from the beginning. João Filipe stayed at my house and we had a very natural connection from the very beginning. I was amazed by his ability to play by himself very complex rhythms, and he had a setup that was between a drum set and a percussion set. So obviously that was a synthesis. He had worked for a long time, and we just got connected. You know, drummers, we are like a family. All over the world, it's like a brotherhood. Maybe because rhythm is the element that connects. And if there will be no rhythm in the earth, there will be no connection. Muy bien, muy feliz de estar contigo. Sí. Como un milagro, ¿no? Sí. Como un regalo del cielo, sí.
¿Hace cuánto estuviste en Perú?
5.000 años.
5.000 años.
5.000 años por lo menos. Sí. Se te ve muy bien, sí. Bueno, yo soy un chico de 15 años.
Sí,
con una novia de 13. Mucha felicidad estar juntos.
Yeah, Manongo taught me a lot of rhythms back then in Peru, Lima. And also the instruments that he uses and the way he uses it, for me it's really magic. I think it's the right word. So it was very interesting because the things that I was doing melted with this kind of playing. It was really fantastic for me. It was like opening another door, so to speak.
In the residence, you never know what is going to take place. Sometimes it's hard to find a common ground of interest. You know, for example, my interest is landscape. I have spent many years listening to the landscape, but there are some artists who are not interested in landscape. So you have to let out many aspects of yourself in order to get together with a part of the other that maybe has some common ground. And the other has to do the same process that you are doing. So it's really a wonderful challenge In the case of Philippe, for example, it's very natural. Like he said, it's organic. We don't have to discuss, we don't have to explain, we don't have to nothing. We just play and we enjoy very much our playing together, you know. Of course, we are creating a narrative, we are creating story through sounds, but we have so much together that it is as if we have known each other for other lives. You know, maybe I was Portuguese and maybe he was a black Peruvian. You don't know, you know, because sometimes he's playing like black and today I told him, wow, today you're blacker than ever, you know. So things you discover in the process, no? And all my life I collaborate with other musicians. And I think that's how you learn. You learn a lot working with other people. You could never discover things about yourself if it wasn't for the other. The other is like a mirror. You know, you look at the mirror, but you see things that you have not seen before about yourself. You see other things of making it happen, no? So it's really a great experience.
Personally, there has to be a communication. And for me, it's very clear on the first moment you start to play for the first time. On the first seconds, you can see clearly if it's going to work or not. Right now. And in this case, of course, it was mind-blowing all aspects, personally, musically. So, and also, like Manongo saying, you learn a lot. That's the only way to learn, actually. And it's challenge. It can be challenging also, which is good. I think, even if it's working very well, there's always some challenges. That's also why you learn a lot, because you go through all these new things and you overcome. Hopefully.
Almost there.
Almost there.
I
was not concentrated. I was into the things.
Yeah. Nice. I like very much the way you were. Don't forget.
No, I never
pulse.
changed.
You have the pulse.
Yeah.
No matter what you are.
I never changed.
Bang. You have to have the pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, for example, this time he has brought an amazing gong that he has built himself. And he gave me a little gong in Peru with the face of a monkey that I really treasure, you know. It's a beautiful piece of art, that gong with a monkey. But this time I saw he had a huge gong. And all of a sudden he started playing it with a bow. Not with a, you know, but with a bow, a string bow. And the harmonics coming out of that gong were so powerful, were so deep, that I went in a journey to Tibet, here, downstairs. I was in Tibet. So being in Tibet, I said, what can I play in Tibet? And I had just bought a hand drum, which is very melodic and very mysterious for me because I don't know the instrument yet. I am beginning to find out its voices, its harmonics, its, you know. And all of a sudden I start playing with the gong. And I think we have a beautiful introduction, unique introduction for our music. And it comes like that, you see. I had not thought he was going to play the gong and was going to play the hand. No, we compose in the moment. We are momentary composers because we are improvisers. We adore to improvise. Of course, we also need structure, but the structure is also a medium to freedom. So things like that, there are many things in the concert like that, you know, that they just happen. Maybe, you know, I can do something with these things here. Like, you remember we did like a conversation?
I remember.
We can do a different type of conversation, no?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I will put the snares out of the, so we have a clean sound. Yeah.
Yeah, I think music should always try to get to higher levels. So, but it's not that easy, I think. With Manongo, of course, we have a strong connection, so we get there easily, so to speak. But sometimes it's. I think most of the times it's not easy. So I think you have to go through a lot of things to get there. And still, you don't know if you're able to get there or when.
So I think art is really, it's not an end. I think it's a medium. And we are like instruments. We are not finished products. Nothing we do is finished. Everything I think is a process. And I think the human being is also a project of being a process. So there is no end to this search. We are always beginning from zero. Every time I play with him, it's like, it's the beginning. It's different beginnings, but we are always beginning something new. no matter if we already have a structure of what we're going to play for the festival, that's for terms of the public. But for us, is how we can become one in spirit, in sensation, in trying really to be there with all our, energy. I think that's the essence of what we do. There's nothing to say, just deep gratitude for the festival and for João Filipe. Thank you. Think about it. Each little instrument, a bell, makes a different musician out of you. So it's like poetry, what we're doing. I think it's very connected to this awareness of what is this? Why are we here? I think music and poetry are very close. And sometimes the magic, like he says, is happening. We're dealing with magic. So it's poetry. Sound poetry. Intense, yet silent.